Hello everyone and welcome back once again to FTB. This is episode number 50, so there will be a world download in the description below, as it is a incremental of 10. Previously, we went and we cleared basically most of the Twilight Forest content sort of stuff that they have available. I know we went and did basically everything there was to do in terms of individual events, with the exception of I do see a large hollow hill down there in the lower left hand corner. I don't believe we actually cleared one of those, although we did clear on accident the quest grove because I really should have left the ram alive. We also did a small hollow hill and the large the medium hollow hill. We went through one of the dark towers, we went through and killed a lich, and we went through, well, we didn't go through the entire dark tower because I've played around in those before and they are still works in progress. They have no bosses or anything like that. They're just there for loot, most of which is the stuff that you would find in that map. And we did kill a naga and we did kill a hydra, so we are kind of on the up and up in terms of everything that you could do there. We also cleared through one maze. Though the mazes themselves are kind of moot when you can build yourself over them. So that is all of that. Now, I did collect a uncrafting table while I was there. I have used it once, but I would like to be able to show you guys exactly what an uncrafting table does. An uncrafting table will be able to give you your resources from whatever item you put into it at the cost of experience. So here I have a thaumium axe, I have a steel leaf axe, and I have a steel leaf shovel. Now these guys are enchanted, and I don't believe the enchant comes back with you once you break it. But for example, I have a bow here, and as you can see, it is mostly damaged, and it would cost 3 experience to retrieve it. And if you were to pick up any of these items, like left click it, it will destroy the bow and collect those items. So in this case, I would get 3 sticks and no string. The string is red because it's damaged, it's not recoverable. So I click stick and I spend 3 experience and I get a thing of sticks here. Now obviously higher level items normally would take more this to break down, more experience to break down. I believe diamonds take more. I'm pretty certain that these are not taking more because they're modded, but I don't know that for a fact. They are part of the same mod. In any case, I was going to keep these guys. Oh, that would only takes 1. Oh, I believe it's the actual amount of the resources being used right here. So if you're using a chest plate, that would take 8 levels. Also, I did make note that the dragon head that I collected here, the hydra head, was actually a trophy, so I put that on my wall. I am recording this before the video goes live because those videos were all recorded back on Thursday and this is Saturday. So yeah, this is a couple days difference. Now, I have done a few things since the last time I saw you guys. I went back to the dinosaur world and I basically just went around punching face in, and then I came back here. By punching face, I mean collecting ender pearls, because this is not actually my entire stock of ender pearls. I've gone through quite a few more than this, making eyes of ender. But the reason why I've made so many eyes of ender is because I have located the end portal. So we can go and we can fight the Ender Dragon, which was the themation for this episode. Going and fighting the boss and just generally being awesome. Now for this one, I've actually already turned off my waypoint, so I'm going to turn that back on. Also, hopefully I'm not too loud for you guys, because I noticed that on some of my previous videos, I went back and I was watching like my Portal videos, and I was like, well, I can't really hear myself. Make sure my gain is plenty high. And then I listened to my Minecraft videos, and I'm like, whoa, that's way too loud. So I've adjusted my volume settings, strangely enough, in Skype, because Skype's microphone handle control works better over everything than just, you know, setting it manually within Windows. So yes, for the most part, I'm trying to professional up my videos a little bit, and we will we will basically do things a little bit nicer as best I can. If you guys notice any glaring problems or any issues that you encounter while watching my videos, be it audio's too high or things are falling out of sync or something like that, be sure to let me know, because I will do my best effort to actually remedy that and fix that. The audio issue was changed pretty simply for me, with me just adjusting my audio volume to 70% up from 100%, so I don't have quite as much gain on the microphone. Now, this end portal, it took me like 12 or so Eyes of Ender to actually get this far, and I had just gotten back to my house and decided that we were going to go ahead and record and keep in track with killing bosses. Go and get this Ender Dragon, which I've never actually killed one before, so or at least legitimately. I remember when they came out, I immediately spawned up a world, went into creative, found the end portal, and then went through it. But this time it'll actually be me going through there for realsies. For realsies, I tells yous. So yeah, the reason why I'm not flying is because I'd like to preserve as much of my energy as possible. Just because I also have an opportunity to be able to farm stuff out here. Also, while I'm out here, I should grab some leather and some paper. See if I can find some reeds or something. Because if I can find some paper, then I'll just make a linking book back to here. And that would be most good. Most good. Right, here we go for some paper. Let's see, I pick all 4 of those up. I did indeed. Let's eat as well, because I'm starving myself here. Also gonna need some wood. So let's go take down this tree here. Gotta make a crafting bench, unfortunately, because that's the only way I can actually make the paper. Now, I don't believe my tree capitator mod is still installed. I think there was a new version anyway, so in any case, you guys will not see me instant felling trees with my Vajra. I think I had programmed the previous one in the configuration to work with the Vajra. Obviously, it's not doing it now, so... Yeah, when I moved everything over to my new computer here, it lost me a few items, gained me a few items, so that was mostly due to the fact that the Direwolf 20-pack updated recently. Right, and there's enough paper. Now I just need a bit of leather. Let's see if I can find some critters on my way here. There's some sheep, some spiders, more sheep. Need a cow. Let's see. Now, I haven't touched bees. I've kind of already decided on a season 2. You guys know that this is mostly like a season 1. Well, if you didn't, now you know. This is kind of like a season 1 FTB. I kind of need to evaluate how I want to do a season 2, but yeah, you can only go so far within a series before it starts to get stale. So I'm going to change things up a bit once I initiate season 2, which might be in the very, very near soon. TM. I'm kind of wanting to get back into building, changing up the way the world is around my house here. And ooh, chest. Got steel, got a book of enchantment here. Got some redstone, got some bread, got a saddle. Who needs saddles? I'll take the tin though. I did blow through a lot of tin making all this equipment. Oh. Got some wisps here, very angry wisps. Alright, and that one's not gonna come down. Hey, stop it. Well, that's only mostly annoying. Alright. Gravitation engine, let's go. Alright, so these are your typical wisps, like I was trying to show you that one time in the Dentor world. They're just right buttholes. That's all they do, is they sit there and they shoot you from afar and then float out of your reach and then shoot you some more. I think they do like a heart of damage if you're not wearing any armor. It's like a heart or a half heart, something that feels overpowered, because it's really hard to hit them and they can attack pretty rapidly. Let's go up this way. Still working my way over here toward the end portal. This, like I said, took me a little bit to find. I had to farm up a lot of ender eyes and burn through a lot of blaze powder from my blaze rods, my very limited blaze rod stash. But things that I would, yeah, getting back on the season 2 bit, things I would like to be able to incorporate, there's some cows, into season 2 would be a lot more building. So I'm probably going to come up with a small little village or town thing that I can do in my immediate vicinity. And there's a book. Don't need you, Mr. Cow. I just needed the one book. Now we'll create a linking book over here to the end. I don't know if I'll do it directly to the end. I guess I could do it directly into the end. I didn't bring any building materials with me. I could just drop it on this side, I suppose. Alright, so this was where all the ender pearls were falling. The eyes of ender were falling. So if I was to dig down directly straight from here, I would be in that room. Now I don't really want to do that, just because I know that it's lava beneath the portal. So I'm going to kind of come at this from like an angle here. And then I'll just put my book in from this end once I manage to make my way down there. Also, it seems that I'm going to make the jankiest looking stairway possible. I guess that's what happens when you have a Vajra and you mine faster than the blocks can actually render around you. So that's the thing. I hear silverfish, so we are close, in fact. Also, since this is my primary weapon, I'm likely to destroy half the world when I try and attack a silverfish, because those little things are slippery and quite a pain to hit. And there it is. And there's the portal. Sweet. There's the spawner destroyed. There's that silverfish dead. Sweet, so we have a full-fledged dungeon down here. Or not even a dungeon, a stronghold. Now, strongholds are usually pretty uncommon. This is probably one of the closest ones I've ever been lucky to find, although I know a lot of people have found these substantially closer. Oh, great. So it's going to take the full 12 here. I'm just going to toss some of this stuff I'm not going to keep into the lava here, because it'll be okay. Don't necessarily need this stuff. Yeah, I know that was mossy. That's fine. It's whatever. Just trying to make sure I can get in here and have room for looting. Don't need spruce saplings. Don't need the cobblestone. Don't need the flour. Keep the beef. Keep the tin. Alright, and let's put these eyes of ender on my hotbar. No, yeah, these are normally really rare. I've very rarely ever found these this close to my house. Usually I end up finding them, like 3,000 something meters away. It's always very unfortunate for myself, but it is what it is. And there goes our portal, dropping us directly in. Looks like I spawned underground. That's perfect. Perfect. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and make this book to link here. That goes to the end, that goes to the overworld. Very good, very good. I'm going to go ahead and set a waypoint as well. Duh. End. Period. We also have our Ender Dragon on the screen there, looking at our map. Looks like if I go north, I'm in a better position to not die horribly. So let's try and do this as sanely as possible. Not trying to make some sort of ridiculous stairway here. Alright, and there's the sky and all of its nethery goodness. It's dark and crazy. It looks like the if you look at a old CRT TV really closely and you get all those little pixels, that's kind of what it looks like. Oh, you pothole, I didn't even look at you. Come on. Can't even hit him because he ports away just instantly. There we go. It's another pearl, and there's the dragon himself. Alright, looks like the dragon's just kind of floating there for whatever reason, so let's see if we can make this guy a little upset. Turn on my gravitation. Now, normally I think that these guys are supposed to explode when you shoot them with an arrow, and it damages the dragon, because these things heal the dragon or something. So let's see, once he's tethered here. Yeah, a little damage. It's a pretty cool looking dragon. I remember when this was introduced into to Minecraft, everybody was like, oh my god, not just doing it. And then I think at the same time it was also a big thing with the Skyrim being just about to release as well. So that's the thing. Also, I'm not going to be charging here, so I might as well just go ahead and attack this booger directly if I can catch up with it. Hello and welcome back once again to part 2 of episode 50. I normally don't break the episodes into 2 parts, but this one I'm going to have to make an exception for because I want to go ahead and get this done. This is still going to be technically part number 50, so again, the world description and the world download in the description below. Do with that what you will. This episode's going to be basically the exact same thing as last episode, with the exception of now I'm actually going to go ahead and make a mining laser to try and speed this up, have a ranged option in addition to having my melee option. The melee option should be technically doing a lot more damage to him. It's supposed to be 13 hearts worth of damage. This is technically like 20 hearts right here. Each heart counts as 2. So I assume that it should be working properly. However, there's no real indication that it's going very quickly, at least. So I'm taking some of my resources that I already have on hand here to go ahead and make ourselves a mining laser. And also we'll toss everything in here when done, like so. Also, I don't need that on hand. All right, so let's go ahead and port ourselves back to the end. Well, I might want to charge my laser first here. Go ahead and throw him back up in here. Let that fill. It fills so quickly. And by quickly, I mean not at all. Not even in the least. I do like how this isn't even going down. That's pretty awesome. I have let the batteries up top charge for a few. Hopefully my fight against the dragon has not been made null and void. Like, he has not reset. But one can only hope. Alright, are you full yet? You're not even close. Not even close. So yes, actually I've been thinking about it a little bit while I was waiting on this guy to charge my chest plate, because it felt like it took forever. I might end up going ahead and saying that this is the end of Season 1. I know that this is kind of just a decision off the top of my head, but I'm going to need a little bit of time to prepare for Season 2. I kind of have an idea what I'd like to do when I say that I want to go into building. So I've seen a few series that have kind of given me some levels of inspiration. Let's Build a Kingdom being one of them. And I'd kind of like to be able to do something like that. I certainly have resources available. I have so much cobblestone. I have, what, 1,000 something stacks of 64 inside that one barrel, the void barrel. So I will probably incorporate those into some sort of really, really nice, super awesome structure. Let me see if I can remember how I shift this. Just like control middle mouse or something like that. Here, let's look at my controls. Charge extra. C mode switch is M. So M. Mode switch is also minimap apparently. Let's change my minimap option here to N. I like that better anyway. Exit M. Low focus, long range, horizontal, superheat, scatter, explosive. Probably use scatter just for making sure I hit him. Anyway, we'll figure out which one is doing the most damage once I get back out here. All right, so yeah, oh, looks like he did retain all of his damage. So yeah, I might make this just the end of the episode of the Season 1. That's not even gonna come close to hitting him. Oh my god, so much more damage. Holy poop. You see how quick he's going down? Obviously melee is not the way to tackle this guy. I'm just lasering him and he's melting. Well, I kind of wish I had this now before, because I feel like I've wasted 30 minutes on the previous episode fighting this guy. I expected it not to take that long to begin with, but, you know, obviously I was doing it wrong. I should have been using the mining laser. Maybe the Vajra doesn't actually count as a weapon against this guy? And there we have ourselves a dead ender dragon. You know what? I'm not even going to switch this into 2 episodes. I'm just going to make this all 1 episode, since that was such a nice, quick, easy finish. So much experience. Also, lots of Endermen here. They're probably not very happy with me. Okay, okay. Come on. I know you're around here somewhere. He's around here somewhere, but he just doesn't want to fight me. Let's go ahead and shift the mode on this to a different thing. Explosive, mining, low focus, long range, horizontal, superheat, scatter, explosive. Just leave it on mining. That's fine. Now the one nice thing about the mining laser is the fact that it does make things catch on fire when you hit them with it. Alright, and here we have ourselves a dragon egg. Can't pick it up with this, so let's go ahead and break that and take that. Hey, 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 hey. Thought I could take this. Come on. There we go. Well, it gave me some experience. It didn't give me the egg. Okay. Oh well, I could have swore that the egg wasn't necessarily used for anything, but it was certainly there. Alright, and this was the end. And, oh actually, no, there's the egg. What does he do? Does he just move? Yeah, he portals away. The heck? Where did he go? There it is now. That's really weird. Wonder what's that for. I'm going to do a quick look up on that. Let's. Okay, I think I know the gist of how to get the egg. So what you have to do there is you dig below the egg, and then drop a torch underneath here, and that will break the egg as a block once it falls. And I get it as an item, like so. Very cool. So now I have a dragon egg as a trophy, and we will go ahead and pop ourselves into the end portal. So now we will have a weird little dialogue thing that a lot of people are still unsure of whether or not this is... Wow, there's a lot of guys over there with the screamy mouth. Still unsure if this is just not trolling people, or if it's supposed to have some sort of deeper meaning. I'm not going to voice act it for you guys, so... The end. No, it's literally just the Minecraft end here. So yeah, let me talk a little bit about what I kind of have in mind for Season 2. What I want to do is, like I said, I'm drawing a little bit of inspiration from a few other series that I've seen, one in particular being How to Build a Kingdom, or Let's Build a Kingdom. I believe that one was run by Shen from the Yogscast. Now, they said my name. The premise for me would be to build up a wall, build up a town, and build up multiple individual points of necessariness. I'm not sure. Necessity. Points of necessity that's required within the in the town. Like, I'd be able to have a building that's devoted toward generating power, and another building that's devoted toward sorting, and another building that's generated toward water, and one that's for lava, and kind of have it not only as like a village plus fort with an encircling wall sort of thing, but also a utility sort of thing that different places can have different purposes. And I would kind of break away from having everything just kind of crammed into one big building like I currently have with my house, and I would have multiple buildings, everything using everything together. That's kind of the idea, at least. So yeah, this is this ending here is kind of a... I don't know, I feel like it's been done before, but I can't recall what. It's saying the person doesn't realize that these are part of the game, that the people that are narrating this are not actually there, but they are there. They're transcending the game, and they're like, oh, well, this person has become above where they should be, and they're still trying to achieve the highest level, which is an existence beyond the existence. It's like getting outside of the dimension of frame of reality that we currently can perceive. There's a lot more I could probably say on this, but I feel like most of the time, if I was to try and talk about it, most people would not really care anyway. And back on Season 2, like I said, I'll probably take a very short break from Minecraft. Probably be about 2 weeks. 2 weeks or so. I still have other video games coming up on the channel. I still got Portal finishing out. It's almost done. I think that finishes next week. No, it'll be this week technically. This video will be coming up on the 25th. So yeah, Portal should be finishing very, very soon. If it's not already finished by the time this hits. So, because those were all uploaded and scheduled in advance. I'm just reading this here. It's like, players growing restless. Well, I will tell them a story, but you will not tell them the truth. I'm really unsure of what game I'm going to play next. I think I was going to do an indie title, something relatively short and sweet, but I'm also not sure of that either. I picked up Lara Croft on pre-order. I didn't really want to pick up pre-orders, but, you know, the game looks enticing enough. Kind of like a cinematic movie that you can interact with. Kind of like Uncharted. Uncharted was almost a movie when you play Uncharted 2. It was a very, very good game. And I think that's what Lara Croft Tomb Raider is going to be, the newest Tomb Raider. So I'll probably upload that for you guys as soon as I have access to it, once it releases in like a week and a half or so. Let's see, I've picked up Edge of Space recently. That's a thing that I could play, although it's still in like early betas. A lot of stuff is not fully functional in there, but some stuff is. It's kind of slow starting. Also kind of dull when you're playing by yourself. Let's see. Don't want to play Binding of Isaac. Not really sure what all I'd want to play. Let's see. What else do I have? I haven't played Sleeping Dogs yet. I have Sonic Generations. I'd kind of like to play through Torchlight 2. I could do that, definitely. Do some Dungeon Defenders. I have Antichamber. I want to play that, but I think that game is not only a challenge, but also probably beyond my capacity to play. I have the Cave. I wanted to play that. Probably do the Cave. Cave sounds like something short and sweet. I have a lot of other big AAA titles I have not touched as well that I'd like to get into. But yeah, that's kind of where the channel is going to go for a few. Like I said, I was kind of in a boss killing spree here on Minecraft. I still have yet to kill the Wither. I'll probably save that for Season 2 to have a big boss to fight at the end of that. I know I'm spoiling all of you guys as far as what I'm planning on doing. But I feel that I do need to retain some level of transparency, since you guys are going to be expecting videos on a pretty consistent basis, and I'm probably not going to be recording this on a consistent basis as much, just because I'm going to give it like a 2-week break. It's Minecraft. It's certainly it's fun. It has a lot of creativity, and I do love the creativity aspect of Minecraft. Unfortunately for me, though, I do have other things that I need to tend to. I do have other games that I would like to play, and I do have some ideas in place for Minecraft that might take a substantial enough amount of time. So I'm going to need to basically lay out the boundaries of my town, have ideas for buildings, have ways that I want to build out the buildings, and I'm going to have to incorporate all of this into a relatively nice, easy-flowing series, and I'll kind of try and stage it to points and portions here and there and the other. I'm also going to do Red Power in the next part of the series, and probably, but not guaranteed, a nuclear reactor chamber. Nuclear reactor chamber. Just because I didn't do either of those in this series, and I never actually went ahead and did my geothermal generator, even though I have the big tank of lava. I could probably do something with that next time. So, yeah, that's Minecraft FTB, and I killed the Ender Dragon. First time I've ever done that legitimately, so that's kind of fun. I now, in retrospect, wish I'd made the mining laser much earlier, because otherwise you guys just saw me running around randomly hitting this guy and barely doing any damage to him. That was kind of annoying. But I hope you guys have enjoyed everything thus far. My commentary is kind of starting to slack now at this point because I can only say so much over this text that's just rolling infinitely. I know a lot of people still consider that this is a joke. I suppose it's also supposed to be a little inspirational. It says, "And the universe says I loved you, and the universe says you played the game well. Everything you need is within you. You're stronger than you know. You are the daylight, you are the night. The darkness you fight is within you, and the light you seek was within you. You're not alone, and you are not separate from every other thing." This almost seems like a hug, a virtual hug from Notch, Marcus Persson, to the players that have really made this game stand out and become the sensation that it is. Taking the indie title and making it into something really, really big, cross-platform. People love it. It's probably one of the widest played games on the planet now, surpassing Call of Duty and its massive following on Xbox. And the dream was over, and the player woke up from the dream, and the player began a new dream, and the player dreamed again, dreamed better, and the player was the universe, and the player was love. You are the player. Wake up. And then we have legitimate credits with created by Marcus Persson. Very talented guy. They still make... I don't believe he still heads up Minecraft, but he is still part of Mojang, and they still make lots and lots of awesome, amazing games. He eventually hired on Jens Bergsten, or Bergenston. I'm going to assume that that's correct. Also known as Jeb. Jeb is one of the guys that started being able to implement a lot of the bigger features that Minecraft didn't have prior. Like, I believe he's the current head of Minecraft development as of right now, but he also put in the flippable stairs, put in flower pots, golems. I think the testificate villagers have been brought along a lot from what Jeb has implemented. He's been a major asset to the game, of course. A lot of the people that play Minecraft aren't going to know about many of these other guys like Tobias Malston or Daniel Frisk, the guys that actually worked on the website and the forums. Now, I don't know anything about the business and administration. Director of Fun, Lydia Winters, many of you will know her as Minecraft Chick. She started doing Minecraft a long, long time ago. I watched a couple of her episodes. I never really could get into the video feels because it was like, I don't know. It just wasn't for me. Additional programming: Paul Spooner, Ryan Scavalis Hitchman, Elliot Hippopotamus Siegel. Nice. And of course they use Java. LWJGL by many talented people, which is I think a programming language. I haven't used that before though. 3D sound system with Paul Lamb. Jorbis by Jcraft. I'm not sure what Jorbis is. J Orbis. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. Now that is supposed to be flat out inspirational. So if you guys have, ideas for a video game, make the game. If you guys have something you want to do with your life, do it. If you guys want to record for YouTube, record for YouTube. The only thing that people can say is that you're not as good as what they're expecting, or you're not doing as well as they expect. There's always room for improvement. So if you're doing as well as you think you ought to be doing, then do it. You're meeting your own goals, and that's what's really important. Anyway, and now I port back out, and we're back here in my house. My gravitation engine is apparently on. There was no indication in the corner there. There we go. Turned it on and off. Close that. I'm going to place the book here onto that. So we have a book going to the end. Also, I like how this one has like a brown border and that one has a yellow border. That's kind of cool. I don't know if that's purposefully there. And let's slap down my Ender egg somewhere. I don't have a pedestal for it, really. It's just gonna put him over here in the corner. There we go. Now, I know that there are some mods out there that allow you to hatch this and turn it into a baby dragon, so I might do that at some point. I don't know. They let you fly around on the dragon too, so that's kind of cool. In any case, that has been the end. That has been the Ender Dragon. This is most certainly not the end of the series. This is not the end of the channel. This is not the end of Minecraft. But this is going to be a very, very short break while I get things in order to build out a little bit. So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. It has meant every bit of the world to me that you guys watch, you comment, you rate, you subscribe. Likes are appreciated, dislikes are appreciated. I want any kind of feedback that you guys can really give me. This has been a absolute blast to record, and I hope to record many, many more episodes for the future. Maybe another 50 episodes for Season 2. Do lots and lots and lots of stuff there. Hopefully we'll have some collaborations in the future. I've been talking with Nearby Gamers some. I've been talking with AJ Epic Games, but not necessarily about collaboration, more just talking. Just being like, hey man, what's going on? What's going on with you? You know, get some really good collaborative efforts going. It's a lot more fun to play this with multiple people, obviously. If I can get my other guy, my other buddy, who is usually pretty busy with his work schedule, if I can get him on here, we could do some stuff together. Although I don't think he knows like anything about FTB mods, but he might know some stuff about some other things, so that's always a potential. In any case, this has been really a enlightening experience, going from my house in the forest all the way out here across the river, building this massive fort over here, excavating out the inside of the glaciers over there, going to different worlds with Mistcraft, going to the end, killing all the bosses inside the Twilight Forest mod, killing all the bosses here. It's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to coming back and doing a lot more Minecraft for you guys in the very, very near future. Once again, everyone, this has been Warmac9, and I will see you guys next time.